Coming up, releasing orangutans.
It's hard not to get a lump in your throat.
Rivals in love.
I'm very fond of Imo.
I'm really interested, actually, to be honest.
And lunch jungle style.
You can't do that, it's disgusting.
The Borneo rainforest, one of the most beautiful but dangerous places in the world. The 8 serious jungle team members are under extreme pressure, learning to cope in this tough environment.
Hard. Really, really difficult.
It's not very pleasant, but just deal with it.
In just a couple of days, they'll be living deep within the rainforest, building an outpost to return endangered orangutans to the wild. Today they're working with orphaned babies at the Sepilok Orangutan Nursery.
Oh, they're so sweet. They're just like us.
Laura's helping weigh the babies to monitor their progress. With no mother to comfort them, some cling to each other instead.
They're not used to being separated, so when we had to separate them to weigh them, they started squealing and stuff. So we're just watching them go back together in the cage.
It's tough work in tropical temperatures, and once the babies are safely back in their cages, there's only one thing for it. It's an excuse for some of the boys to get as close as possible to Imo. Since day one, she's been the girl they fancy, and JC's interested in taking things further.
Really interested, actually, to be honest, in a further relationship. It's just the way that we always talk to each other.
But he has a rival in Larry.
Well, I'm very fond of Imo, and I think she's kind of, you know, maybe. She has a boyfriend, and I think she's still very close to him, so I'm not really sure what's going on there.
I really don't like talking about this, it's really awkward. But I think that we'll just be really close friends. I hope so, anyway.
The boys have 2 weeks in the jungle to try and change her mind. No! It's time for the team's toughest training exercise yet. A grueling trek through dense jungle. And for the first time, the expedition leaders won't be leading the way.
Right, 1.77 kilometres away from here, on a bearing of 84 degrees, is the waterfall site where we were the other day. And will you take me there?
The team need to get used to the harsh conditions fast. In 2 days' time, they'll have to trek 10 times further to reach their project site in the jungle.
Let's help each other out, mind all the rattan and all the other thorns.
Is there rattan here?
Oh dear.
There are thorns. I don't know. Hold that. Feels like the middle of nowhere. Well, it depends whether we did a 90-degree angle down there.
Hannah's using the trek to spend as much time as possible close to Larry, who's fast becoming the most fancied boy on the trip.
Due to my good looks and wonderful personality. Yeah.
Hannah knows the situation is complicated.
We have a kind of, well, several little love, not even triangles really.
And with Larry's feelings for Imo, she knows winning him over won't be easy.
I think the main thing is that Imo and Larry like each other a lot, and Imo thinks that I'm jealous, which of course I am.
Throughout the trek, the team encounter all sorts of wildlife.
Oh, you bit me again.
Borneo has thousands of different animal species, and nobody escapes the gruesome leeches.
Gross, sorry.
Although pretty harmless, leeches feed by sucking your blood.
Oh, it was in my belly button. Oh, I'm really sorry, I've had it.
Once attached, they have to be zapped with mosquito spray to get them off. So far, JC, the hard man of the team, is taking it all in his stride.
you expect to come here and you expect to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, all these animals coming in attacking you and all that. It's just fantastic.
Daniel's having rather more problems.
Well, I slipped, and then I thought I was alright, and I slipped again. My legs sort of parted, and I found myself against this tree, and fairly near miss. Had lots of things.
Trekking in these temperatures isn't easy. Everyone has to drink at least 8 pints a day to avoid dehydration.
Anyone need to fill up water bottles?
But the only water comes from jungle streams.
We use iodine to purify the water because the water out here is manky.
Using a tube makes it easier to drink while walking.
Laura, I do apologise if I fall on you and shove you in the river. Okay, Hannah, I'll be dragging you in with me, darling. Alright.
JC has found himself in the role of chief navigator.
Right, I'll get it bang on there.
But things aren't going well.
They've gone off 5 degrees too far to the east. Over 1.77 kilometres, they could be hundreds of metres out.
We're not doing too bad. I've sort of accidentally taken a leader role, which I'm not overly fond of. But everyone seems to be agreeing up until now, where they've all just told me.
I think we need to go from point to point because I don't think it's accurate enough.
Yeah,
But
Because we're just following the arrow.
yes, we'll keep going.
The team are not working well together. They're getting frustrated and very tired. And soon JC's got them completely lost. Laura's not amused.
JC got on my nerves a bit because he had this idea in his head that wherever you stand, 84 degrees points in the same direction, and he was wrong.
I said follow the compass and you were like, oh no, we've got to go the
That was
opposite.
over there, JC. It was different. You need to do this in a
You
power block.
lost. You lot.
JC, please don't wander off.
I got frustrated the way he kept going off and he wouldn't listen. Because I'd say, Jace, come back, like that, and he'd just keep walking.
Let's go. We'll try anyway. The problem is we all have different views and they're all crashing together and we haven't actually got a solution. So, bye-bye.
Tensions are starting to boil over, particularly between Hannah and Imo.
I personally think that the people at the back are upset.
Well,
We're not upset.
at
We
all.
just want you to listen to us.
We're really sorry that you didn't understand, but we did tell you stuff that you thought we didn't. But we're sorry about it, but we did tell you.
4 hours in and they've made very little progress. They're doing so badly that Emma has to lead them out.
Right. Anyone recognise this?
It's the trap!
How far do you think we've come?
You're very far. About 600, 650 metres.
650 metres. Any advances?
Yeah,
on
no,
Well, that's what I mean. It
480,
doesn't...
500.
Bruce has got a fix on his GPS and we've come 300 metres.
No.
We're probably only a few hundred metres down the path from where we left it, 4 hours later. Just gives you an idea of how long it takes to move in the jungle. Probably took...
They need to improve, and fast, if they're going to cope on the main expedition in just 2 days' time.
I just felt like no one was really talking to each other much. There was a big divide within the group.
I think everyone was quite shocked by how annoyed everyone was getting with each other over walking about 300 metres.
Back at the orangutan centre, Chief Vet Dr. Sen has captured 2 adult females so they can be moved to a larger reserve called Tabin. He tranquilises them for a final checkup. In the morning, they'll be transferred by helicopter. The relocation's been arranged by a British charity, the Sepilok Orangutan Appeal, and they've offered a precious place on the helicopter to one of the serious jungle team.
All of you have known for a while about the relocation. It's been a long
It's the opportunity of a lifetime, and they'd all love to go.
thought was going to do it, and the whole of the judges agreed that, well, you're going to do that.
Laura is wild about animals, so it's a dream come true.
Okay, really thank everyone. But so.
I was really happy to have been chosen, and we feel really, really privileged.
Reaction to the news is mixed.
I was so jealous of Laura.
She's done well, she's earned it, and she shouldn't be thinking about us.
And just the way Bruce announced it, it was kind of like Laura is the best, and I felt kind of a bit annoyed that that's how it has been put across, because I felt like there was quite a lot of tension between everyone.
There's certainly still tension between Imo and Hannah.
I'm still a bit kind of jealous on the whole Larry account. We're not actually trying to kill each other anymore, but I still kind of see her as competition.
It's the morning of the relocation, and the orangutan's tranquilizers have worn off.
We're taking them over to Tabin today. It's about a 40-minute helicopter ride over. They're a bit stressed at the moment because they're in these little cages and they've been there all night. So it would be good to get them out.
Down below, the rest of the guys are trekking into the jungle for a day of serious survival training. They're learning skills that would be vital in an emergency. Most importantly, finding water.
Vines in the jungle, yeah, hold drinkable water.
The bark has to be cleaned off as it can carry impurities and bugs. Amazingly, there's more than a pint of water in just one section. In a survival situation, the team might also need to make traps to catch food.
The biggest thing you need to learn about trapping is that it's the trigger that is the key. Ready?
Yeah.
Yay! This is one that's designed for a slightly smaller animal. As the animal comes in, sticks his neck in, it plays with the bait. See that?
I think that's all made of natural stuff. That is so cool.
Laura has reached the vast Tabin Reserve where the orangutans will be released.
It's absolutely amazing. We're flying really high up. The orangutans are a bit scared at the moment. They're eating bananas, which is calming them down a bit. But I'm so excited about letting them free, and it'll be wonderful to see them go.
With fewer than 15,000 orangutans left in Borneo, it's vital to reintroduce them to areas like Tabin, where numbers are critically low.
Are we having lunch now?
Back on the ground, it's time to eat, survival style.
The lunch you're going to have today is kind of a bit of a taste of what we could eat in the jungle.
We suddenly brought out from behind the tree 2 chickens, live chickens. I knew exactly what was coming when I saw the first one.
We're going to kill it now.
It's disgusting.
You can't do that. No big deal.
No,
Does anyone not want to stay here for this next bit? Luke and Imo? No, it's cool.
Kill the chicken.
But have you ever killed a chicken?
Yeah.
How do you kill it at home?
I neck it.
Would you like to? Why don't you do the method you know, JC? Come on. Go for it. There you go.
Just died instantly.
You okay, Susan? You're going to shoot off?
That was disgusting. It was just disgusting. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
I wanted to, see what it was like, but it was a bit, it's a bit of a sort of heart stopper for a second.
When we buy it from stores back home, we don't actually sit there and watch it being killed, because I can't eat something if I've just seen it killed. If I've seen it alive and then dead the next minute, I can't do that.
As a vegetarian, it didn't make me feel any different at all. People eat meat because they've killed animals, so whether you kill it like in a farm or something where you can't see it, or whether you kill it here, it's irrelevant.
I don't think a couple of people were impressed with me.
JC smiled when he did it, which I think was really sick. That's disgusting.
JC, I know he works in like a farming community and that, but I could never do that, no.
Even if I don't like it, I'll eat it, 'cause I'm not having something killed for nothing. So. definitely eating it.
We're now in the middle of the Tabin Reserve in it's like a big mud volcano, what we're in at the moment, and they're going to set the orangutans free here and they're going to run into the jungle.
The orangutans have to be moved as close to the forest edge as possible.
Do you want a drink? Yeah. This is the last drink it will probably ever have from a human, and before she goes into the wild, and then she'll be drinking for herself.
Nobody knows how they'll react after their stressful journey, so everyone keeps well back for the release. But they instantly take to their new home. Suddenly, disaster. One of them has swung onto a dead tree and it's fallen. It's a tense moment for the team as they try to spot her.
She's up there somewhere. Yeah, look. That's good. She wasn't in that tree.
Fortunately, the orangutan is safe and well.
And it's amazing just watching her. She looks as though she's meant to be there, just swinging around. It's like she's part of the jungle. It's hard not to get a lump in your throat, actually.
At survival camp, grub's up, but how will JC's chicken go down?
Right, who wants chicken? As you know it at home. Got plenty of other bits of chicken.
This is the best meal I've had the whole time I've been here. Didn't think about the chicken, just thought of it as food. I didn't really cross my mind again. That's what happens really, I guess.
Despite previous concerns, none of them can resist. JC's sharing his lunch with Imo, but he's decided to stop chasing after her.
With her having a boyfriend at home, and that was like, oh, give up. Just be really close friends, which we are.
However, rumours are spreading about Larry and Imo.
There's the whole Imo Larry situation now, which is like the biggest thing we've had so far. It's like mega gossip. But yeah, Larry really fancies Imo. Imo really likes her boyfriend, so it can't go on.
Next morning, Hannah reveals a development in her relationship with Larry.
Last night I was asleep a bit late, but Larry had the fantastic idea of writing right leg and left leg on my legs and drawing an arrow somewhere on my face. I suppose I could have been marginally more annoyed if it had been someone else, so at least it's some attention.
As the final part of their jungle training, the team have to swim across a river with all their kit. On their trek, they'll often come across obstacles like this, and jungle water can be dangerous. They fill their waterproof rucksack liners with air to help them float and seal them tightly to keep the water out.
Now push your rucksack in ahead of you, yeah? Grab hold of the rope and just push that along and pull yourselves along, yeah?
Susan's not looking forward to it.
It's just that I'm not a strong swimmer, like in deep water, that's the only thing.
Perfect.
And Larry has worries of his own.
I'm a bit nervous about the leeches. I'm just afraid of them getting right up my shorts, really. That's all I'm really afraid of.
But in the end, everyone overcomes their fears.
Right, that's it, grab the rope. That's it. Push it in front of you. Oh, we got a backflip there, what's that about? You've just finished the final part of your jungle training package.
It's been a very hard week, but they've all come through. Unlike JC, Larry hasn't quite given up on Imo.
I don't want to upset her boyfriend or anything, but I don't know what's really going to happen there. So I couldn't really say. But yeah, she's very nice. Great girl.
It's a tough situation for Hannah, who's still got a crush on Larry.
I'm just going to try really hard not to get upset, you know, with the whole sort of Larry doesn't love me, my life is going to end, the world is horrible sort of thing. Me complaining and me being obsessive over Larry is not going to make him like me any more than if I went and smacked him round the head.
Hannah's pretty fed up when Emma unexpectedly calls the group together.
Before we head off, we've received a message from the UK. It's about you, Hannah. I don't know how to say this to you, but it's your exam results.
She's taken some GCSEs 2 years early.
Design and technology?
Yeah.
A. Information technology?
Yeah.
A star. Maths?
Yeah.
Triple A star.
Hannah, genius.
Absolute star.
Wow. Wow. That'll show like Mrs. Talbot, won't it?
They trek home soaking wet and are looking forward to drying everything off when there's a setback.
The weather is absolutely throwing it down. Thunder. I hope it doesn't carry on.
Tomorrow they head into the jungle for 2 weeks, but the rain is causing real problems, especially for Nuke.
I'm having trouble packing because my sleeping bag is wet because the stupid big waterproof bags aren't waterproof enough and loads of water got in, and when we left them outside to dry and it rained, we brought it in and had it over the balcony, and now it's raining at an angle, so it's just got even more wet.
It's a bit messed up, but it should be better by the morning before we go. Not gonna be.
They've a very early start in the morning, heading downriver into the jungle before a 2-day trek.
It's the trek in that I'm the most worried about, because today we were only walking for maybe an hour and 10 minutes at the most, and I got very, very tired. And we're going to be walking for 7 hours tomorrow and the day after.
I don't know how we're all going to deal with it, especially with those heavy bags going down those hills and stuff, and you get really frustrated getting scratched up and bruised and banged and leachified.
Tomorrow morning we're up at 4 o'clock, 3:30 even. 3:30. Yeah, and we're off for our boat trip, and then we're starting our trek in. Yeah, and so it's all really seriously happening from here on in. So good luck, get a good night's rest, and the rest of the expedition for real is ahead of us.
It's their last night in civilization, and with the weather getting worse, there are real concerns about living in the wild.
I'm worried about 2 weeks in the jungle. I really hope I cope okay with that.
I'm a bit nervous about, when we actually do go into the jungle. I think everyone is a little bit.
I think I'll be able to manage it. I know I'll be able to manage it, but it's going to be harder than I thought it was going to be.
I've got to get to the end of it, haven't I? I've got to live through it, but who knows?
Next time on Serious Jungle, a marathon 2-day trek.
We'll get there to give us 3 years.
Emotions run high.
I always make such an idiot of myself.
And under attack.
The orangutan just urinated where I'm going to put my hammock.